Hello everyone, in this video let us solve this question. So we have 1 over 2 all raised to power x is equal to x plus 3, and here to solve for the value of x. To do this, solution, so we have in brackets 1 over 2 all raised to power x is equal to x plus 3. Now, applying this rule of indices, that if you have in brackets a over b all raised to power n, this equals a raised to power n over b raised to power n. Applying this rule right here, this becomes 1 raised to power x over 2 raised to power x is equal to x plus 3. So from here, if you have 1 raised to power x, the value is equal to 1. So right here, this becomes 1 over 2 raised to power x equals x plus 3. So from here, the next thing we're going to do is to multiply the both sides of the equation with 2 raised to power x. So we have 2 raised to power x multiplied by 1 over 2 raised to power x is equal to 2 raised to power x multiplied by x plus 3. Okay, so with this cancels this. We have 1 is equal to 2 raised to power x multiplied by x plus 3. Now, from here, we are going to rearrange this such that we have it as in bracket x plus 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power x is equal to 1. At this junction, in order for us to solve this further, we are going to make use of the Lambert W function. So we call it the Lambert W function. Now, what does this mean? Now, let's say you have an expression in this form, a times e raised to power a. By the time you apply the Lambert W function, W to this, what you will get is a. So we are going to manipulate this, right, to resemble this expression, shows that what is here, right, is the same thing as the power right here. And in order for us to do so, we are first of all going to introduce 2 raised to power 3 to both sides of the equation. So this becomes x plus 3, then multiplied by 2 raised to power x, then introduce 2 raised to power 3 is equal to 1 times 2 raised to power 3 to both sides of the equation. Now, with this, following this rule of indices, that if you have a raised to power b times a raised to power c, this equals a raised to power b plus c. Okay, so applying this rule right here, what we have is this, that we have in brackets x plus 3 multiplied by, now we have the same base, you pick one. Following this rule, we had the powers because they are joined by times. So x plus 3 is equal to 1 times 2 raised to power 3 is 2 raised to power 3. Now, with this, the next thing for us to do, we have x plus 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power x plus 3 is equal to 2 raised to power 3 is 8. Now, at this junction, we are going to work on these two. These two, we can replace these two with a particular function. Now look at this. If you have e raised to power ln a, this is equal to a. Why? Because if we cancel ln, a stands alone. So same thing also, if you have e raised to power ln 2, this can be written as 2, right? Because if we cancel ln, you have 2. So that means that in place of 2, we can introduce e raised to power ln 2. So this then becomes, in bracket, x plus 3 multiplied by 2 becomes e raised to power ln 2. Then we have power of x plus 3, all is equal to 8. Now, with this, we are going to apply this rule that if you have a raised to power b or raised to power c, this equals a raised to power b times c. Applying this rule right here, what we then have is this. We have in bracket x plus 3, then multiplied by e raised to power. This becomes x plus 3, then multiplied by ln 2, all is equal to 8. So from here, the next thing we're going to do is for us to introduce ln 2 to both sides of the equation. Okay, so we have ln 2, then multiplied by, we have x plus 3, then multiplied by e raised to power, okay, x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 is equal to 8 multiplied by ln 2. Now, from here, what will happen is this: x plus 3 will multiply ln 2. This becomes x plus 3 times ln 2, then multiplied by, we have e raised to power x plus 3, then times ln 2 is equal to 8 times ln 2. Okay, 8 times ln 2. Now, from here, okay, we can express 8, this 8 right here, as 4 times 2. So in place of 8, we can bring in 4 times 2, such that this then becomes x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2, then times e raised to power x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 is equal to 8 is 4 times 2, then times ln 2. So from here, we have this. We have in brackets x plus 3, then multiplied by ln 2 times e raised to power x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 is equal to 4 times 2 times ln 2. Okay, right here. The same thing is brought up right here. So solving this further, we have in brackets x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 times e raised to power x plus 3 times ln 2 is equal to 4 times. Now, there is a rule that if you have m times ln a, this is equal to ln a raised to power m. So applying this rule right to this right here, 2 times ln 2, 2 becomes the power of ln 2 right here. So then we have it as times ln 2 raised to power 2. Okay, so from here we have this x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 times e raised to power x plus 3 times ln 2 is equal to 4 times ln 2 raised to power 2 is 4. So at this junction, don't forget that we said we need to simplify this making use of the Lambda W function, which is W into bracket A times e raised to power A. This will give us A, right? Now, if you look at the left hand side of the equation right here, you will see that we have x plus 3 times ln 2 times e raised to power x plus 3 times ln 2. You observe that what is right here is same thing as the power of e right here, right? The same expression as you have for Lambda W function. A should be equal to the power of e right here, which will be a. Now we have made the left hand side to resemble an expression in the Lambda W function. Now, for us to simplify this further, we need to further simplify the right hand side to resemble this Lambda W function, okay, expression. Now, from here, we can do this by, we have in brackets x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 times e raised to power x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 is equal to, we have 4 times ln 4, right? Now, in order for us to make this to resemble this expression right here, a times e raised to power a, we are going to introduce e to this side of the equation. To do so, we are going to express this 4 right here, making use of e raised to power ln a. This equals to a. If we cancel ln, a stands alone. So that means that if I have e raised to power ln 4, this is equal to 4. If we cancel ln, 4 stands alone. So right here, in replace of 4, we can bring in e raised to power ln 4. So from here, this then becomes in bracket x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2, then times e raised to power x plus 3 times ln 2 is equal to, instead of 4, bring in e raised to power ln 4, then times ln 4. So from here, right here, x plus 3, right, multiplied by ln 2 times e raised to power x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 is equal to, we have e raised to power ln 4 times ln 4. Now from here, we are going to put this e to be in the second place and lane 4 should be in the first place, something like this, right? We have in bracket x plus 3 multiplied by lane 2 times e raised to power in bracket x plus 3 multiplied by lane 2 is equal to lane 4 times e raised to power lane 4. So then, making use of the Lambda W function, that if you have W in bracket A times e raised to power A, this is equal to A, right? Now, if you look closely, what you have right here is equal to the power of E, right? Same thing also, what you have right here is equal to the power of E. So then, applying the Lambda W function, W into bracket, we have x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 times e raised to power x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2, okay, is equal to, same thing here also on the right hand side, that we have W, okay, into bracket ln 4 times e raised to power ln 4. So from here, if we do so, what you will get as the value following this rule, right, we will have the value of x plus 3 times ln 2 for the left hand side. So we have this, we have x plus 3 times ln 2 is equal to, now for the right hand side, right, we have ln 4. So it's equal to ln 4. Okay, good. So from here, we have x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 is equal to ln 4 can be written as 2 raised to power 2. We can then apply this rule that if you have ln A raised to power B, this equals B times ln A. Applying this rule right here, what we then have is this. We have in bracket x plus 3 multiplied by ln 2 is equal to, power 2 then becomes 2 times ln 2. At this junction, divide both sides by ln 2 over ln 2. This divide this divide this. What we have is, we have in bracket x plus 3 is equal to, here we have 2. So we have x plus 3 is equal to 2. So then move plus 3 over to this side. The value of x is then equal to 2, then minus 3. So with this, x is then equal to minus 1. And this is the final answer for the value of x. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.